Okay, great. So now what we want to do, we uploaded the pictures, and we're going to, this is the section about Shangao. So I'm actually going to change this a little bit. I'm going to make it a little bit more like a real page. You see what you would use these things for. I'm going to put Shung's name here. And I want to put the picture of Shangao on this section of the text. So I'm going to click the Add Media button. And this is a good place to point out that help for how to get this and what this is for, what this button does is in this page options. So it tells you the sections and so forth. Does it tell you? Yeah, page layout. It does, yeah, right. Doesn't help for media is in media, but it doesn't tell you what that is. So you click Add Media, then you have another help button here. When you click that help button, it spells out what all of these icons are for. And how to use them. And again, you can take this over here and you can resize it. And that's particularly helpful, I'll point out now, but we'll show it in a little while, when you're adding a YouTube video where it is actually, there's some steps involved. So you can keep that right up there and follow along as you add the YouTube video. You'll see that once you do it once or twice, you won't need it anymore. It is very easy. But this does let you give you an explanation of how these things work. So what you'll note is that when I clicked the Add Media button, by default it comes up to the picture, the Image tab. Here's the Movie tab. And then, of course, the only other thing is the Help tab. And something just disappeared there. Oh, they're spreading out. So that's something that needs to be fixed. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to, it's very straightforward. But we've added a little helpful information here. So the straightforward part is click here to insert the image. And that's what we're going to do. These are some recommendations. This is another one of the things that's really powerful about this OmniPage layout. Most web systems, you will find, most of the time when you edit a web page, you're kind of restricted on the size of the image that you can put on, particularly if you want to put a caption on the image. And I'm really particularly proud of this. You can put on an image. We're only constraining, and only in a limited way, the width of the image. You can make images appear on your pages of any proportion that you want. They can be tall and skinny. They can be short and wide, or any combination, pretty much. And if you put a caption underneath the image, if it's a 256-word caption and the image is 50 pixels wide, that caption will size itself to the size of the image and stretch out down underneath the image. If you put an image in that's, the full width of the page, that caption will reformat itself and fit just exactly underneath the image. And by now you probably have guessed, if you don't put a caption, the caption won't take up any space at all. So it gives you a lot of flexibility. We've supplied some guidelines and some limitations to this. So this requires a little bit of explanation. These are the sizes that we recommend. But so 33% of the width of the window is on this page. This is a calculated number. So on this page, it's 222 pixels wide. So if the eye likes things in thirds, so you can show it as you make your image 222 pixels wide. It's going to be pleasing. If you want an image that's 100 pixels wide, as you'll see, you can use that. And you can do that anything up to 50% of the width of the window. It's also telling you that 50% of the width of the window exactly here is 334 pixels wide, 66 is 445, and 100 is 640. What this page won't let you do, as you're going to see, is make the image anything you want larger than 50% of the window. Your choices are up to 50%. So this is just an informative number, up to 50%, or exactly 66%, or exactly 100% of the width of the window. If the images are sizes other than these, it will resize the image. But that is not the recommended way to work in web pages, because if the browser has to resize the image, it's not going to be, the image isn't going to look as good as it would if you sized it yourself when it comes to the user, and it's going to cost more bandwidth, more download time. If you put a very large image in there and you size it to be 100%, as we're going to do in a second, you're going to see it's going to give you a warning, but it'll let you do it. We're not going to stop you. We're just going to let you know that that's going to be less than optimal. So I'm going to click here to add an image, and it's going to take me right to that image library. Oh, I have to browse, sorry. Click Browse, and I go Research Images. There's Shungao. I'm going to click on them. I'm going to say OK. And I'm going to say OK. And here's the warning. So this is the big bad, you've really gone over the top warning. We have a big bad, we've gone over the top warning, and we have a slap on the wrist warning. This is the big bad one. It's telling you that this image is huge, and it lets you see how huge the image is. But as you'll see, if I say, well, I don't care, I want to use it, it's telling you that it's going to download this entire image every time. It's going to take time for the user, and it's going to be resized by the browser, and that's not a great thing. But sizing images down by the browser is not as bad as sizing them up. If you try to make an image bigger, you're trying to make something out of nothing, and then you make a blurry image, right? But some browsers are better than others at resizing down. So in this case, now that I've said OK, you see it's just going to give you this. This is the, oh, by the way, it's not, things aren't exactly perfect here, warning. And it's telling you that you're shrinking the image, and this is a little help thing that you can pop up. The little question mark's not appearing there. You need to fix that. But this comes up and tells you, you know, what does that mean? I'm shrinking the image. What can I do about it? If there was a perfect size for this image, it would have a fix button there, and it would let you make that image pop to that perfect size. But we don't have a perfect size because this one's giant. So I'm just going to close this dialog, and I'm just going to let it stay there. I'm just going to show you now what that sizing tab does. So we can still size this image. So we can make it be 66% of the width of the window, 100% of the width of the window, or 50% of the width of the window. We can't make it smaller unless it's actually smaller. If you made this thing be 220 pixels wide, then that's how it would show by default. You could still stretch it, but you don't want to do that. And I can add a caption here if I want. Okay. Now I'm going to go down here to the second section, and very simply, now we know how to do it. I'm going to say add image. Go right back to my image library. This time it goes right there because I've been there before. Okay. Same warning. Because it's giant. This is from some time ago now. It's not that little anymore. I'm going to say, click to add caption. Maybe I should have said future master player. Okay, so now you see I've got my two pictures in there, and they are nicely sized to 50% of the window. And what else can I do? Well, first of all, how can we see what this is going to look like if it was published right now? I'm going to save it and keep editing just so I don't mess up. Go up here to my page tab. I'm going to say page preview. Get rid of these other things now. I don't think I need them anymore. And that's what the published page would look like now. You can see the text flows around the image. The captions have a different style, different font color. I can close this. Come back over here and say, well, let's put this one on the right-hand side. Very easy. This is the repositioning button. Just going to click that. Image goes to the right. If you're starting to see what can happen here, if we have 4 sections, we can have right, left, right, left, left, right, all on the left, just to begin with in terms of our options. Okay. Now, what about resizing. So let's see, is there anything else that we need to cover there? That's my daughter, yeah. It's my older daughter's actually. She's 9 now. She's been playing for 5 years. She was about 6 there, I think. Oh, yeah, alt text. Something just to know about, as an aside, about placing images on the page. So we're showing alignment, how I can realign that, and I should just do a preview again for you here. Get the idea, but sometimes it's just really helpful to see it. Doesn't that look nicer? Particularly because we have this bolded list in this case on the left-hand side. Makes it look good. But these pictures are, probably way bigger than you would. Well, I don't know. I mean, it just depends on the subject matter. In this case, they're way bigger than what I would present, and so that's what we're going to show how to fix. Something to think about for visually impaired people visiting the site is that if you go to this image and you go to picture tools here, there is a section for alt text. It's best in most cases to fill that out. So if I put his name in there, the subject matter of the image, it will save that. And go here again, put the alt text in. People that use a screen reader to read the website will not get. The screen reader will read that text, so it will say that there's a picture here of, and it will read to them what that picture is. So that's something we do for compliance with ADA standards. What's the web name of that standard? ADA. Okay. I know there's term for the. I'm looking for the term for that. Okay. So now, what if I want these pictures to be smaller? And what I'm going to do, just to keep myself going here, I'm going to do a save and keep editing. And what's that? Yeah, let's start.